Hi, I'm Jerry with Outdoors Weekly. This is Corey with DRC Call Company, and we're on a Sunday. We're out goose hunting. We're just finishing up our hunt. And I want to let you guys know a few things that most of the guys I have asked me questions were hunting, like with Corey being the national champion for goose calling. We'll give them a few questions, a few scenarios on when the geese are out a ways from us, what to do and what kind of calls to do. So Corey, we have let's say we have geese at 300 yards out there, probably about 60 yards high. What kind of call would you use?
That kind of range, quite a ways out, getting to quarter mile or so, would probably do something a little bit more higher pitched. The higher pitched sounds, higher frequencies that travel a lot farther. They can only hear those higher pitched sounds, so I would hit them something, any type of shorter call. Shorter calls are generally higher pitched in sound and have a little bit more volume too. So hit them with a little bit something. Depends on if they're coming straight in, if they're passing by. If they're coming right in, I would maybe not give them too much of really anything, just to get their attention a little bit and get them right on track and let them know exactly where the decoys are. But if they're passing by, you got to get a little bit more aggressive on the call, get their attention a little bit better. So say if they're passing by, probably something real high pitched, loud. If they're starting to come in, looking like they have some intentions of committing to the decoy spread, I would probably get a little bit more realistic with the call, make it sound like a couple geese or 2, 3, 4, 5 of them talking back and forth, and maybe switch to a different, little bit lower pitch call, a little more realistic.
All right, now second scenario. Let's say, okay, we all had this now. We have the geese at 75 yards, on the deck. They're about, let's say, 25 yards, 35 yards up in the air, just right around killing range. What call would you hit them with that?
Depending on how much I was calling, when they were coming in, if I was calling a lot and they wanted to see and hear a lot of the flag motion, hear a lot of sound, things like that, I might be still pretty aggressive on the call. If I haven't been calling that much, I will just give them the absolute minimum that I have to give them to finish them and work them into the spread. So it would mostly be just kind of like two birds talking back and forth.
Okay, now lastly, we all had this happen to us too. The geese are about 35 to 40 yards up. You're questioning the shoot. You're looking at them. You're like, well, should we shoot or not? And they pass over. Now they're passing away. They're about 10 yards past us. At what point would you start calling them back? What call would you use?
I would wait until if they're over the top of the blinds. I would not call when they're over the top of you. They'll really pinpoint your location and probably pick you out. I would wait till they get just on the corners, on the edges. Once they start leaving any one of the corners, if they're not flying towards you, if they're flying away from you, then I would start in with them, probably something pretty aggressive, and to get them to turn back around, get their attention back on the decoys.
Well, great. Well, thanks for having us, Corey.
Yeah, you bet.
This is a great Goose Fest. This is 2011 Outdoors Weekly, and this is Goose Fest in Thief River Falls.